you've been qualified to buy a home by a financial institution, or you're about to do that, or you think you can do that, all of those are important, and therefore you are what we call a qualified buyer. Very important person in the overall scheme of things, because if you don't buy something, nothing happens. And a whole industry devoted to selling you stuff would fall away. So what I'm about to tell you really revolves around you, not around them. One of the things that we do when we work with qualified buyers is that we get to know them in great detail. And we write everything down so that we're not going to forget it. But we need to have a baseline to proceed. I couldn't represent anybody if I don't know what they're trying to do. We just lost a client the other day because the husband and the wife refused to get on the same page. That's a recipe for absolute disaster. And we're not going to do that. And we wouldn't want you to do that either. Something else that I found interesting is that in the investigation stage, trying to find out who you are and what you're all about and what you're trying to do and where you want to be. It's interesting that a great many of you, qualified buyers, end up buying a home very similar to the one you're in now. So the only thing you did was trade out neighbors or trade out neighborhoods. And maybe you moved up and maybe you didn't, whatever, but you'd be shocked at how the things that you liked in your old home translate over and go into the new one. But let me get off that subject because that really has to do with planning, and I can't tell you how important the planning is. And if you're going to do a plan, best to do it with somebody that you have confidence in, that you can trust, that's experienced, that can make it all happen. You see, buying a home is both a legal and a very important financial situation. I know that I probably could have had a better attorney when I went into divorce court. I know that I need good attorneys when I have documents crafted, and so should you. So when it starts to get important, money-wise, legal-wise, and so forth, you need damn good representation, and they better know what they're doing. If you don't have that, you're probably going to be in, I can't say you're going to be in trouble. You might be able to muddle through, but you won't get anywhere near the results that you could get, that you're entitled to, if you just work with us a little bit harder, okay? So you need a plan. You need the people that can execute the plan, and who are they? I mean, I think I've said this elsewhere on the site, but we buy houses every day. You don't, we do. We know what to look for. We know where to look. We know how to look. We know to look for motivation. That's something you'll never see. You can hit Zillow, your head falls over. You're not going to find who's really wants to sell you their house, who will make concessions, all right? Those things are important. Getting a great deal begins with developing a great plan. They really equate. If you have a great plan, there's a good chance you're going to get a great deal. If you don't have a plan, you're in trouble. So we're there to help, and that's what we do. So I'm here really applying for a job. I want you to consider us. I want you to meet with us. You can get all of the information, all of the experience, all of the focus, all of these things that we give to our clients. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's the same as it would be if you called up one of those other people who are just dying to sell you something. We don't sell anything. We don't sell houses today. We won't tomorrow. We won't next week. We don't sell houses. And we don't list them either. We don't list them today. We're not going to list them tomorrow. We're not going to list them in the future. We're going to work for ourselves. We're going to work for investors. And we're going to work for people like you. Totally. That's it. One side. You know what? If you do one thing and you do it pretty well, you're going to get better and better and better at it. Look at woodworkers and people like that work with their hands. Over the years, they know how to fine-tune it. They know how to make it work, okay? We know that you are the sum of your experiences. And so when we meet with you, we're going to try and dig in to find out what those experiences are, both good and bad. And then we're going to try and build on that to make it better for you. All right? So as I said earlier, I'm applying for a job. It'll take about 30 minutes to meet with us. That's all we ask. Sit down for 30 minutes and see if we are the right stuff, if we're the right folks, if we're the right solution to help you buy a home. Thanks.